Welcome back, everybody. Gaming Grandpa here doing the FM Challenge in FIFA 23. I am doing Season 2 wrap-up. As you can tell, we won 8-0 in the last episode against New York City Football Club to wrap up the MLS. Once again, the MLS does not have a league trophy. They have the cup, so it's kind of crazy. You can actually win the league, win the Supporters Shield by having the best record in both conferences and still lose the cup and not be considered a winning season. It's really goofy. But anyhow, this is the beginning of the wrap-up. And just like last year, teams are going to be coming in for him. Most assists was Gravenberch, which he was solely in first. Clean sheets was Dragowski. This is the first time I've had a goalkeeper actually get Keeper of the Season award. So that Gravenberch and Saliba both had 35. The best average was Raspadori. Then there was Berg, even though he only played in 12. That's because he did really well. He had 12 goals, 1 assist, he had a 7-point. He averaged a goal a game, which here went to Raspadori. Now, the one off of ratings and different things like that. So the all-time top 11, and next year it will be updated again. I have my strikers are Bellotti and Raspadori. The left winger would be Vega, even though he played right winger the second half of this season. He can play both, but he's a left winger by trade. Then central attacking midfielder has to be Driussi, and then my right winger has to be Rigoni. Now, Montez was really good, but Denier, because of his height and different averages and stuff like that, he took that position. Right back is Wrench. He's pretty much held that position for 2 years now. Goalkeeper has to be Dragowski. So that's pretty much the all-time top 11. Now, Football Manager actually keeps track of that for you, which is kind of neat. But I'm stuck doing it myself. Now, this is a new sheet that I offered this year. The largest transfer fee that I paid in total was Gravenberch for $45.5 million, and the largest transfer fee received is Bellotti for $47 million, which is pretty doggone good. And then that's my overall. And the biggest win and the biggest loss both came this year, which is surprising. And that's how much money I've earned as the manager of FC Austin, and I get 15 grand a week. Yay! Now that pretty much takes care of these players might be gone, like Dragowski. I'm hoping I have some offers come in for him, because this kid here is on loan, and I think he gets back at the end of this year. So if not, I'm going to recall him because he's going to be my starter. But look at these guys. They are knocking at the door, boy, wanting to play. But I do not need this many freaking goalkeepers. It's ridiculous. I always get myself in this boat. But Middlestat, I'm most likely going to keep him. I wanted to try to get a really good left back for next year, and I wasn't able to, but that's fine. We're going to keep him. If not, I mean, he's an important player, but he can play center back if I have to, or left mid if I have to. Now, Odd, he's coming back, I believe, this year too, so we'll see how that works out. He's not quite ready to take over the starting spot because he's only 72. But I have quite a few youngsters that are chomping at the bit to get in there. Now, Fry, he was a rotating position for me, but when I got rid of Denier and Montez, I couldn't get another center back in time, so he slid right in there. Now remember, Denier went out last transfer window. I had a really good offer for him, and he was getting older, so I just went ahead and let him go. But I mean, look at Saliba. There's no way I'm getting rid of him. A lot of these players are probably unhappy with their contracts, but we'll see what happens. Alrighty, let me see here. Wrench, of course. And once again, I've talked about this a few times, how his status is at the club. He was an exciting prospect, and last season he was showing great potential, and now he's down to nothing. So it's really kind of frustrating. But we'll see what happens. Famba, I've had some offers for him that I've denied. He's a rotational player, and I like to keep him. So we'll see what happens. Now I got to make a decision on some of my youngsters. Reese, even though he's a rotational player, I mean, he's just not worth that much compared to, whoa, what happened? Oh, never mind. I had it by... I was like, what the heck happened? All right, we're going to get back in where I was. I'm sorry. All right. Reese and Bittens, you can see the difference in price. I mean, and Reese is 26. Now, he doesn't get mad because he doesn't play much. Well, evidently he does now. But at the same time, it's like I'm going to probably most likely get rid of him. Here is my only has potential to be special player. He was a graduate of the Youth Academy from Moldova, of all places. So I'm very happy, from him. I'm not keep sending him out alone. I'm going to keep him. I'm probably going to get rid of him. And I got to make up a decision on some of these guys because I have way too many CMs. I might. He's a central attacking midfielder too, but I have Graven Birch. He's not going to be removed from that position, so I got to figure out what to do. I might even get rid of the CDM position and play with 2 CMs, and I don't know. But I have a lot of young prospects that are just chomping at the bit. See, this kid, I'm not getting rid of him. And Busio, I mean, he's 21 and he's 79, so it's like, do I really want to get rid of him? I mean, I don't know what to do yet. I'm still trying to decide, but there will be a lot of changes. There has to be, just because of player competition and different things like that. But I also don't need, 10 CMs, for God's sakes. Now, granted, the youngsters that are 17 and 18, I can hang on to for a couple of years. But if I don't have any intention of them ever making a first team, why am I keeping them? And that's the big thing. All right, same thing with my cams. Now, left winger, he's probably going to be in this position for a while, at least until I could get another guy that's better. Vegas, remember, playing my right wing position, and he still has, I think, 3 years. So I don't plan on getting rid of him unless I get an outstanding offer. He is worth, 34? So if I get like maybe 60 million, he's probably going to be gone. This kid, he doesn't mind not playing occasionally. He's a rotational player, so I'm probably going to hang on to him too. And he's 25, so I got a year or two for to get rid of him. Raspadori, once again, I think he's getting to reach his peak. He's 50 million. Now, if I do get a hell of an offer for him, it's possible I could let him go. I don't know. But since he was the leading goal scorer or tied, that's when you make a lot more money. So I might get rid of him. Now, keep in mind that, I have like Berg. Look, he's definitely going to be a starter for me now. I mean, he's one of my best strikers outside of Raspadori, so we'll see what happens. This kid's definitely going to be gone. He might be gone. I got to make up some decisions on what I'm going to do with some of these kids, and there's going to probably be, I'm at 49 now. I'm probably going to be down to maybe 39 by the time I'm done, so we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to touch base with the team so you could get a good look at him before I decide who I'm getting rid of. My youth academy, once again, I got to make decisions. I mean, this kid here, he's a 66. He's worth $1.5 million, I believe, when I signed him. But he's only going to be up to probably about an 80. So it's like I got to make decisions on some of these kids, and I really hate to do that. Now, this kid here was homegrown, and I kind of hate to get rid of him, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to, because look, he's not going to be any better than the players I have now, and that's the whole thing. I'm looking for these special players that can take the place of these guys. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just wanted to finish the wrap up, and we're getting ready to start season 3. I made a new intro video. I'm still new at doing these, so hopefully it's better than the one I have now, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the beginning of season 3.